With Emma. Hey, things has been a little strange lately, a little strange. Been having a little technical difficulties last week and so forth, but hopefully we getting it figured out. Let's just say that. So we're gonna jump right in and to make today's meditation, tonight's meditation is about it states that I will gain more understanding when I realize discipline is the one magical power I must develop and use. Now, why do discipline has to be a magical power? I don't know. We're going to find out. Okay. This is magical thinking. Oh, okay. No, there is magical thinking, and then there is magical doing. Magical doing is the result of personal discipline. You can think up a host of really great ideas, but if you do not have the discipline required to pull them off, you will not get very far. Okay. Some people are so good at magical thinking, they begin to believe that the things they want to do can be done magically. Now, you know what? Oh, okay. I'm opinion that right there. You know what? There is some truth to that. You know, because I have been involved with some people and some people around in my life during the course of my life at different periods of time that they think of some great ideas and some great stuff and then they think, okay, here we go, that they can magically be done, because then they sit back and they just wait, pray, or whatever it is that they do, and they like, oh, it's magically gonna happen. I beg to differ. Okay. Discipline magically leads to results in your life. Discipline helps you plan. Discipline helps you stay on the path to what you are planning. Only when you are disciplined, when you follow through on what you are thinking. Only when you are disciplined will you coach yourself through all of your actions. Only when you are disciplined can you capture the magic of your spirit and put it into action in your life. Discipline cannot be forced upon you. It must be developed. Now that is true. Uh, because like based on my own experiences, it's like there are things that I have wanted to accomplish, and in order for me to accomplish those things, and I had to have discipline. Like there was a plan in place, and I had to follow that plan to the T. You know, I couldn't veer off. I couldn't postpone or pause for a minute. I had, and let me say, a couple of those days and nights, it was rough. You know, it was rough following through, but I followed through anyway because I had some discipline. Because it was like I wanted to reach the end goal, and I knew that if I didn't continue to put like one foot in front of the other, have all my tools, my books, my pens, and just everything that I needed. I couldn't forget my glasses. You know, I wouldn't have reached my end goal. And due to the discipline that I had, I met my end goal. And the latest one was getting my CNA license, you know, here in the state of North Carolina. Uh, so I was really, really grateful for the discipline that they called for, that I had to put in, you know, and to go on, I had to develop that because it didn't come overnight. Like y'all heard me say, some of them days was the nights was a struggle, and I was working third shift too. Yeah, it was a struggle. You must develop the discipline to think right. This will give you the discipline to act right. When you are disciplined in your thinking and acting, you always feel good. When you feel good, you want to share how you feel. You want to do good things. When you do, you set an example for others. They are inspired by you. Until today, you may have been thinking great thoughts while demonstrating very little discipline to do anything about them, right? Just for today, practice discipline. Take one step toward doing something you have been thinking about. Speak to yourself calmly, firmly. Do things that are in alignment with your thinking. Feel good about any little progress you make. Support the progress you make today by disciplining yourself to do a little more tomorrow. Okay. Today I am developing discipline. I need to make something magical happen in my life. Uh, and so with that being said, it's like, hey, you know, life shows up and it shows out. But when I plan to do stuff, uh, or have set goals for myself, you know, before I found some discipline in my life, I used to plan stuff and wonder why nothing ever happened and why I wasn't getting nowhere, you know. And as I got older and I realized that then nothing ever happened because I didn't have no discipline. I didn't have no steadfast. I didn't have what it took to accomplish those goals at that time. But as I got older and I learned some things and I learned to have some discipline, and sometimes I was forced to have some. And I know I just read that it says you can't, discipline can't be forced on you. But in some cases it can. Because for me, one of those times that I was forced to have some discipline in my life, I was incarcerated. But that turned out to be a good thing for me later on in life, because with the discipline that I learned and developed in there, I was able to put in place years later in my life and with accomplishing the things that I have so far today. You know, and I just want to say that, like, you know, for those of you out there who's struggling with reaching your goals, you know, there's a magical discipline in your life, you know, and whatever that looks like, you know, if it's self-motivating talking or in the mirror affirmations or putting the plan together, put the pencil to the paper and put the plan down on the paper, and then take whatever it take baby steps, you know, to initiate the beginning. You know, take some baby steps, because what I know is that you take enough baby steps, you're gonna start walking with some grown-up steps. You know, but it takes what it takes. You know, I just finished a training, and I know, like, y'all see it's light outside behind me, and that's not normal for midnight meditation. But like I told you earlier, we having some technical difficulties, so I'm having to like pre-record our my class for tomorrow night. But I'm grateful. Let me say I'm grateful that it's called discipline, doing whatever I need to do to get it done, and so that it will be a midnight meditation tomorrow night. And just for the day, like, that discipline thing really it hits home. But like, I want to share another one, something else with you, you know, and it just dropped in my spirit. So please forgive me. And it's understanding about also, it says I gain more understanding when I realize there are some things I need to heal before I can forget them. There are some things in the back of your mind about which you are still hurting, angry, and even confused. They, no, these are not things that you think about every day. In fact, for many of us, these things are so far in the back of our minds, we no longer remember them. Rest assured, however, that they remember us. At times, these things become the source of fear, anger, guilt, shame, or pain that can control what we do and how we do it. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I've been right here in this place not so long ago, uh, where that there was some things that obviously they was in the back of my mind or buried deep in my spirit or down in my soul, that I didn't remember them, but they remembered me because some things happened, and I was triggered, and they came up. Okay, you know, it also says you will know you are being controlled by memory if you insist on doing a certain thing in a certain way because you are convinced your reasons for doing it is right. You can be pretty sure you can be pretty sure you are being controlled by memory when you interpret the things you see or hear in ways that cause you anger, fear, or resentment. When a memory of something you have forgotten is controlling your life, you will say things that are not true. You would do things that are not productive. You will hear things that are not said. You will see things that are not there. You will respond in ways that are inappropriate and out of character. In the In these cases, your soul is calling out for healing. What was going on then will continue to happen now as long as you forget to remember it. A repressed memory push a repressed memory will push itself into your consciousness to be healed. It will stand up until it receives the attention and recognition it deserves. Everything you have experienced deserves to be honored and embraced. Yes, some things also need to be healed. Until you are willing to remember the things you have learned to forget, you cannot participate or benefit from the joys of healing your life. Until today, you may have been struggling with yourself to gain control of your life. Just for today, try acknowledging and healing the forgotten memories that do not increase your sense of self-worth or value. Today, I am devoted to remembering the memories that are controlling my life. And the reason why I said that I had something else for you and I went there, because like when I got up this morning and I read that, it I don't know, I ain't gonna say that it triggered something in me, but it brought some memories back. It made me pause for a moment, uh to look at one, my behavior of late, my thinking of late, and my actions of late. And I needed to find out, like, do all three of them coincide with one another, or am I running, or is my memory controlling me? you know. And in two of those cases, my memory, or a memory, was controlling me. So what I did was is like I prayed for some guidance. I talked to some people that's in my network, uh, and I continued. I brought the memory on forth, you know, all the way to the forefront, so that I could address it. Um, and start the healing process of it, you know, because it ain't like we get healed overnight. But I have started the healing process, and that's one of the reasons. Like when I read it this morning, and after I did the other one, and that just dropped in my spirit because I just feel like there's somebody out there that needed to hear that, you know. I am grateful, truly grateful for having to have to bring that memory to the forefront because it was long overdue. It was time. It's time for the healing of that. Um, Actually, it's past time, you know. But because I don't control time or my destiny, God does. It happens when it's supposed to happen, contrary to what I believe and feel, you know. So just because I think or feel like it's been past time I should have been or should have would have, it happened. It started showing up when it was supposed to. When I am safe enough to start the healing process. Uh, when I'm well enough to start the healing process. Because some things stay buried or in the back of our minds until we are well enough to handle them being in the forefront. You know, because some of the traumas and stuff that we have been through, they hard to relive. Um, they're hard to visit, especially if we're visiting them by ourselves in our sick minds and on self will. But if we don't have the support that we need, um, the support, the encouragement, and a power greater than ourselves, uh, and some healing already been done. I suggest that you don't try to bring it to the forefront and do no healing if you don't have those things in place, because it can cause more damage than the original memory. You know, it's like throwing gasoline on a fire that's already flaming. You know, so like when I read it this morning and I checked myself with the three things: my behavior, my actions, and my attitude, I guess you could say, how I'm doing things. It occurred to me, like I said, that there was some healing to be done with a memory, because I had been having for about 3 or 4 days. I had been having some real crazy dreams, you know, and I couldn't figure out like where they coming from. Like what the fuck, you know, like what that's where it come from. But you know, when I read that, it was like it all made sense. I was able to connect the dots, and immediately I got with the God of my understanding, and started the process of addressing the memory so that I can eventually totally heal from it. You know, but the process has started, and I'm truly grateful for that. Uh, And what I need to say is that like it's not as scary as the dreams had made it out to be. You know, it's just not. It wasn't. It wasn't as scary as the dreams had made it out to be, because like in those dreams, I was waking up like in somewhat of a panic state. sweating, being like, "Whew, what, what was that about?" And only to push it back further in my mind once I got up and got the moving around and stuff until today. When I read that, I like I said, I was able to connect the dots. And I don't know about nobody else. I can only speak for myself and my own experiences. It's like when stuff like that start happening, I now understand that my spirit trying to tell me something, and there's something that I need to address. And then if I keep going on, I'll find out. It'll be revealed to me what I need to address and the steps and process that I need to take to address it, so that the healing can start. Ooh, my class was quicker the whole time. Y'all didn't say nothing. Okay, now y'all can't say nothing because I'm pre-recording. Okay, it's cool. It's all right. But, pain is a painful thing. Healing is a blessing when we can start the healing process and get through it. I'm grateful for my process. Have the journey been easy? No. But I wouldn't trade not one moment of it for nothing in the world. Because all of it was a growing experience. All of it was a healing experience, a learning experience. I learned some more about me. I learned, one of the things I learned about me is that, like, I can endure some things. I can walk through some stuff, and I don't got to lose my cool points. I don't have to go to jail. I don't have to be violent toward nobody. Those are some things that I learned about me, because now, mind you, that I used to live that lifestyle. Like, I would go to jail. I was violent. Man, shit. Okay, that ain't even important no more. For real, for real. But the real deal is that each day I get to learn something else about me that is beneficial to me and on the journey that I'm on and the path that I'm on. Because God ain't done with me yet, and I'm grateful that He ain't. Cause, like, man, life is beautiful. Life is beautiful, but life also show up, and every day ain't peaches and cream. If it was, I think something wrong with that. I'd be like, oh, shit. Who go through life that don't have no struggles or no problems or no ups and no downs? That's unrealistic. You know. But we go through those things to make us stronger. You know. I've had tough skin all my life. You know. But today, even with tough skin, I got a softer heart. I'm more compassionate. I'm more empathetic. Um, and I ain't know how to be none of that some years ago. I thought that I had to be hardcore all the time. No, I thought that I had to have my heart hardened all the time in order to survive. And for a time span, I did. I had to have a hardened heart to survive in the world that I was living in. But today I don't. Today it's okay that my heart is soft. It's okay that I got compassion. It's okay that I'm empathetic. Um, those are some good qualities, contrary to popular belief. You know, man, I'm just really, really thankful for the opportunity to be able to show up in my own life and to show up in other people's lives. I am so thankful and grateful that I have had enough discipline in my life that I know how to love on me today, and I can also love on others. You know, I am so thankful and grateful that the people that God is bringing across my path are genuinely excited about being a part of my life, because I am genuinely excited about being a part of theirs. You know, it's like a dream come true. You know, you know how when you be a little kid and you used to dream about what you're gonna do when you grow up and all that kind of stuff. You know, some of those dreams that I had acquired as a child are coming to fruition today. You know, I'm being of service, not just to God, but to others and to myself. Because being of service to others is healing for me. You know, it's just a beautiful thing to be able to walk through and walk with people that are on the same path that I am. You know, and like the path that I'm on, man, I don't know where it's gonna end, but I know it's gonna end great. I know that, you know, and I'm gonna have fun getting there. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Even when the hard days show up, I'm gonna still have fun getting there because it's part of my destiny. You know, my life was predestined, and I didn't used to believe that, uh, but it was, and it is, and I'm grateful for that. You know, I serve an awesome God. And I am sorry that let me apologize for like getting emotional. But like when I talk about the things that like touch my spirit and touch my heart, I can't help it. I don't be trying to. It is what it is, and I am very transparent. I'm a very transparent person today. I didn't always used to be that. Um, but today I am. So when I get a little emotional, don't charge it to my head. I mean, don't charge it to my heart, charge it to my head, I guess. I don't know. But don't charge it to me at all. Just accept it, because I do. But sometimes I feel like it's like, oh my God, there I go, I'm a big crybaby. But it's okay to cry today. Tears are cleansing. They cleanses my soul, and I'm grateful that I can't control them, because apparently there are times when my soul need cleansing, and tears come up, and I get emotional, and I get to cleanse my soul at the end of the day. You know, I'm not sure who these words are for. I'm not sure who gonna show up. But what I do know is that I showed up. And that's really all that matters, Because at the end of the day, it ain't about none of y'all. It's all about me, you know. In this case, it's all about me. That ain't always the case, But right now, it's about me, you know. I'm enjoying life. I think life is enjoying me. Uh, and we keep pushing forward. And with all of that being said, until next week, next You know the deal. You know the drill. Until we meet again, Midnight Meditation with Emma is over. See y'all soon.